Hello ladies and gents, how's it going today? Your buddy Sarge here, bringing you another Team Fortress 2 gameplay commentary. And tonight, we have a blog post from the Team Fortress 2 team, June 20th, 2017. Let's go. So we recently got a blog post from the Team Fortress 2 team talking about how people who are working on jungle update submissions should keep it up. And now we got a blog post today with weapons speculation. So first and foremost, before we talk about these weapon changes, I just want to go off record and saying the Team Fortress 2 team have said this is not a complete list of changes, and there's probably going to be more, so that's something to look forward to. Not only that, but this is a work in progress. So items, although they have a good list of like what they plan to do with them, I'm sure there would be some community backlash with some of the changes, so items may change prior to release. So starting along, we have the Panic Attack. So the old Panic Attack was very underappreciated. No one used it, no one could really make do with it, but this new designed Panic Attack has a 50% faster switch speed, 50% more pellets, 30% less damage, fires a wide fixed shot pattern regardless of the server settings, and shot pattern grows with successive shots, but resets after you stop firing or you reload. So the changes I just listed will basically state that the Panic Attack comes out faster, you have more shots to shoot, and while it does less damage, it fires a wide fixed shot pattern. So you're gonna be hitting your targets more, and for the new, more unexperienced player, this is really good. Headshots from long range with the Ambassador are now less reliable thanks to the spy nerf, or the spy change to the Ambassador. But close range and medium range isn't affected, so that's not too bad. And for the Dead Ringer itself, ammo kits and dispensers no longer refill the spy's cloak meter. I know how annoying it was to fight a Dead Ringer spy. I was one of them, and that's pretty good for them. But players who have to fight against them, that is. Now with the most interesting one, the Your Eternal Reward. So they removed the Cannot Disguise penalty, because the Your Eternal Reward was a pretty underused knife. But they added non-kill disguises require and consume a full cloak meter, but backstab based disguises are still free. And they increase the cloak drain rate by 50%. Moving on to the Scout, the Sandman no longer stuns the enemy completely, it just slows them down, and it does not remove their ability to fire. Max range balls now do 50% increased damage from a base of 15, meaning they'll do 30. The flight time required to trigger the max effect has been reduced by 20%, and the ball regenerates in 10 seconds as opposed to its old 15. Bonk only lasts 5 seconds, and after the phasing is done, you can be slowered from 25% at low damage to a whopping 65% at 200 plus damage. The Pocket Pistol now shoots faster, 15% faster, heals up to 7 health per hit, but has a reduced clip, which is 9 shots. The Mark for Death, when effect expires, the plus 25% move speed bonus, and the plus 10% damage taken penalty were all removed from the Criticola, and now with the Criticola, each attack while active adds a March for Death status for 5 seconds to you, but it doesn't stack. The Atomizer now has a debuff that the triple jump is now only possible with the bat out, but they removed the self-inflicted damage penalty so you don't take the 10 damage, and they removed the attack speed penalty. They also add that melee attacks done while airborne mini crit, and they added 50% deploy time penalty to prevent quick switch bypass. They also reduced the damage penalty versus players to minus 15%, which was before 20%. It seems the Flying Guillotine and the Sandman have filed for divorce because Valve has removed crits versus stunned players. They removed mini crits at long range, but they add long range hits reduce recharge by 1.5 seconds. Distance considered long range reduced by half of the previous value when determining mini crits. Moving on to the base jumper, they reduced the amount of air control while deployed by 50%, and they removed the ability to redeploy the parachute once retracted, making it a bit more harder for people to rocket jump with that thing, and also making it a bit more harder for people to mark garden with it. The push force reduction now applies to air blasts with the man treads, and there's also a plus 200% air control when blast jumping. So it seems the new enemy on the battlefield for the Pyro is the Sniper, because now the Darwin's Danger Shield gives the Sniper an afterburn immunity and a plus 50% fire resist, but that just encourages Pyros to use bullets. So this one's a little crazy. The Razorback now is 100% overheal penalty, which means you can't get overhealed, and the shield regenerates after 30 seconds, which is it's whatever, like you could go resupply and grab another shield. It's gonna be a bit rough on Sniper. So Vitasaur is a bit interesting. You collect organs, And on death, you preserve 15% uber charge per organ you harvested. It caps at 60%. The organs you collect by hitting people. The Meg's crossbow does not reduce any healing when you hit the target. That's still the same, but uber charge is built less, which is reasonable considering it built more than the minigun did. So it's a bit of a chunk for the minigun, so I'm just gonna say straight up, hold the minigun longer, and fire in bursts. Damage and accuracy will remain at its absolute peak. So the gloves are running urgently. They remove the mark for death and they remove the damage penalty, but they add a max health is drained while the item is active, 10 health per second. Also regenerate only the amount drained while active minus any damage taken during that time, and each time the glove is deployed, the drain rate will be accelerated. So they remove the damage vulnerability on the eviction notice, and they add a max health is drained while the item is active minus 5 health per second, and it's regenerated while it's hoisted. Moving on to the Fist of Steel, you get a 40% overheal reduction while active, and you also get a 40% healing rate penalty while active. So you'll get less overheal, and you get healed slower. Lastly, the Rescue Ranger now heals at a 4-to-1 metal ratio, meaning 60 damage costs 15 metal. No changes for Demo or Pyro yet, so hopefully we get those soon. I'm also going to try to upload every Tuesday or Wednesday, but that's all guys. Thanks so much for watching, take care, as always, have a nice day.